What is up, YouTube family? Welcome back. We are on our series, The ABCs of Colloquialisms, and we are already on letter M. All right, so I'd say we're like halfway through the alphabet already. That is crazy. But today I have 3 different colloquialisms for you all to learn, all of which start with the letter M. We have 2 idioms and 1 expression. So please stick around. You do not want to miss these because honestly, I might be biased, but idioms are like the best. I love idioms, and we have 2 for you today. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first idiom that starts with the letter M that we're going to go over is make a mountain out of a molehill. Make a mountain out of a molehill. It's a little bit of a lot to say, right? It's a little bit of a lot to say. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's a mouthful, which means it's kind of a lot to say. Make a mountain out of a molehill. Whew. Right? Make a mountain out of a molehill just means to exaggerate or overreact to a small issue. You are being dramatic. You are exaggerating. You are overreacting to something that shouldn't really mind you. You shouldn't give it that much attention. It's something small and insignificant, but you are turning it into something much bigger. So make a mountain out of a molehill. For me, 9 times out of 10, I am a chill person. I don't really make mountains out of molehills because I am a very understanding person. However, there are a few occasions, especially living with a house full of boys, where I will make a mountain out of a molehill. I will. One of which is when my children and sometimes other people living in my house, will leave their clothes on the floor whenever I have perfectly good baskets or even a washing machine that they can put them in. After I repeatedly tell them to not leave their clothes on the floor, their dirty clothes or clean clothes, that is even worse. And they continue to do so. And then I tell them, don't do that. And then they continue to do that. I will make a mountain out of a molehill. I will over exaggerate. I will scream. Not really scream, but I will get angry and I will be over dramatic and I will say things such as, why am I the only one in the whole house that knows how to put their clothes where they're supposed to go? Which I have said multiple times. Or I will huff and puff and I will bend over and I'll pick it up and I'll say, wow, that was so easy to do. I wish my kids knew how to do that. I'll say things along that nature. I will over exaggerate. I will be a little bit dramatic just to prove a point. Now the issue was small. The issue was there's clothes on the floor. Will the world end because there are clothes on the floor?
No.
Does it even really affect me? Not necessarily, because usually my kids leave their clothes on the floor in their bedroom or their bathroom and I hardly ever go there. However, just knowing that they're there makes me upset. So I will sometimes make a mountain out of a molehill. Other things that make me upset,
not about my kids,
is coffee. My own self. I do it to myself. I have an espresso machine, and in the morning time, if there is no water in my espresso machine, or if the espresso pods have fallen back into the little recyclable container and it's filled to the top and it won't let me put another one in because there's too many old ones in there, I get a little bit upset at myself and I will get in a grumpy mood for about 5 minutes because I haven't had my coffee, and I will make a mountain out of a molehill. The small issue is, Carly, your espresso machine just needs a little tender love and care. It just needs to be tended to. Put the water in there, take you 2 seconds, dump the old ones out, it'll take you another 2 seconds, and you're good to go. However, because it is early in the morning, before I have had my coffee, and before I'm supposed to start work, I will exaggerate. I will be like,
oh my gosh, why is my life so hard? Why can't anything go my way? Like, why do I have to do this? Carly, you do this to yourself every time.
I will over exaggerate and make something out of nothing. I make a mountain out of a molehill. It's a small issue. It can be fixed quickly. However, in my mind, it's not a small issue. And I don't want to just have it disappear quickly. I want to simmer it. I want to let it burn. You should let it burn. When the feeling ain't the same in your body. Sorry. I want to be able to like just have my moment, freak out a little bit, and then go back to being okay, I'm back to normal. That's what I want to do. So an example sentence for you all for this idiom is, don't make a mountain out of a molehill. It's just a minor mistake. Don't make a mountain out of a molehill. It's just a minor mistake. All right, so that is the first idiom. The second idiom is move heaven and earth. Move heaven and earth. And this just means to do anything possible to achieve something. To do anything possible to achieve something. Now, I will say, when you hear this idiom, a lot of times you'll hear it like on movies or maybe even in lyrics to a song, because it's an idiom that people use when they want to express how much they love someone. They will say,
I love you so much that I will move heaven and earth for you.
Meaning, I will do anything possible within my power to just make you happy, to just see you succeed. I will move heaven and earth for you. So we do use this idiom in that sense. However, you can also use it just when you are adamant on doing whatever it takes to achieve a goal. So for me, I will say, I will move heaven and earth to help people. And especially more precisely to help people learn English. Because honestly, if you guys are looking at my channel at this time and place, the time of this recording, my channel is not that big. I do not get paid. I actually spend a lot of money each month creating these YouTube videos, and I do not get anything in return, like monetary wise. But what I get in return is knowing that I'm helping you guys. The 1,000, almost 400 of you that actually watch my videos, I'm helping you, and I see your comments and I see your interactions, and that is what fuels me. So I will move heaven and earth to make sure that that spark doesn't die. There might be times, life happens, I get it. I don't know what the future holds, but just best believe Teacher Carley will always be here in some way, shape, or form. I will always be here. Let's not get too emotional. I will move heaven and earth for you. All right. So an example sentence is, he would move heaven and earth to make sure his kids have everything they need. Ooh, this is a good one. He will move heaven and earth to make sure his kids have everything they need. Now, this is also true as a parent. You will do everything possible to make sure your kids are healthy, alive, well, have the best things in life. And I totally agree with this example sentence. I too, as a mom, as a parent, will move heaven and earth for my kids. All right. So again, move heaven and earth just means to do everything possible to achieve something. So we have make a mountain out of a molehill, move heaven and earth, both of which are idioms. And now we have an expression, mum's the word. Mum's the word, and that's M-U-M''S. Mum's the word. And this just means to keep something a secret or not to reveal information, right? So to keep something a secret or not to reveal information. Mum's the word, all right? So an example, a personal example I have of this is a few years back, I was helping a friend plan a surprise baby shower for one of my close friends. Now, she has a couple close friends. We wanted to plan a baby shower for her, but we did not want her to know. So the other friend and I worked in secret to invite everyone, which, by the way, was definitely a task in and of itself, because this one particular person who was pregnant at the time, our friend, has friends from all over the world. So it was very difficult to try to invite everyone. Plus, at that time, we were living in Korea, our friend was living in Korea, I was in Korea, and we were doing this all like in secret without anybody knowing. So it was definitely challenging, but we were just like, hey, mum's the word. That's the expression we would always use. And it kind of was funny because, you know, she was having a baby shower, so mum, you know, M-U-M, mom, the way British people spell mom. Anyways, mum's the word. We were like, hey, mum's the word. And we were just like kind of using it as like a play on words too. Because it is an expression that means, hey, keep something secret. Don't reveal this information. But again, mum, M-U-M, is how British English spells the word mom, and she was a mom to be. So very funny. Mum's the word. All right. So an example sentence of this is, we're keeping the surprise party a secret. Mum's the word, which is exactly what I would say when I was planning this baby shower. We're keeping the surprise baby shower a secret. Mum's the word. And then I would go, because mum. Yeah. Hilarious. All right. It was a little bit of a shorter video today, but Again, this colloquialism ABC journey that we are on, some are going to be longer than others because we are finding idioms, expressions, slang, different type of colloquialisms that all start with one letter. So we're focusing on one letter at a time. Today's letter was M. That's why we have make a mountain out of a molehill, move heaven and earth, and mum's the word. All right. So if you guys do like this video, if you enjoyed what you learned here today, if you feel like you didn't learn anything, please keep that to yourself. But if you enjoyed what you learned here today, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you would like to see or hear in the comments, and I hope to see you all in the next video.
Bye.